Pastor Mike was with President Carter attending an event in Florida, was it? And he was also relaying his story about his search for a new wife and how he asked them for their prayers so that I will say yes and discern that it is the will of God. Now, he didn't know that what was happening in Geneva was something more than really awesome. Well, it was a Wednesday. February 6th is my younger sister's birthday. It was a Wednesday. And you see, when you're seeking the will of God, one of the best places that He anoints with His confirmation of the will is a church. Where else? His house, the house of God, a house of prayer, an anointed, sacred home. No, I couldn't go to Pastor Mike's church because it would not be correct, I thought. I might be influenced one way or the other. So I said, Lord, where? And the Lord led me to Pastor Philip Kuruvila's church. Pastor Philip were also in Mike's church many years ago until circumstances were such that he built his own church in 13 years ago. And that was my first church when I came to Geneva. And the Lord was very strong. It was like, go to that church that evening at the 7 o'clock service. So I went. But you know, when you're seeking the will of God, be so focused. Don't, like some people, it's like, some people are watching the ball and all of a sudden just a little distraction, you forget. And the Lord is already speaking to you about something and you forget. Be strategic, be intentional, be focused. Leave everything that is not essential. Be so focused. I see that in Brother George, Pastor Jerry, and Ambassador George. I see that in them. Sister Leah, they're so focused. Building this church, the Galen ministry, so focused. Are you the same way? So I said, Lord, I'll go. So I went, and in that church, the pastor spoke about Numbers 1 to 17, and at a certain point, the pastor was an African, and I couldn't make out his words, and I looked down, and I read from Numbers 13:13.
And Sethur, the son of Michael of the tribe of Asher.
He was talking about the spies, the 10 tribes, the 12 tribes, but the 10 tribes. The representatives of the 10 tribes who perished because of unbelief. And he said, Asher and Sethur from the tribe of Asher, the son of Michael. The name Michael was there. So I said, okay, I got it, Lord. So I went home that evening and I phoned him and I said to him, Pastor Mike, by this time I called him Mike, I already got the answer of the Lord. To whom? To Michael. Little did anyone know that I was asking the Lord to give me the name Michael in a pulpit preaching, but I said, I'm not happy. He said, why? You got the word, you got to obey it. When you covenant with the Lord in that way, you got to follow through, Tess. That's what he said. I said, I'm not happy because I secretly was asking the Lord to give me Michael the Archangel, Revelations 12:7. The valiant Michael, the defender of heaven. But now he gives me this losing Michael. But I have to keep my word. So I said to him on the phone, I said, Mike, would you please pray with me that ask and you shall receive, the Bible said to me. Seek and you shall find. So I said, would you covenant with me in prayer that I want the name of Archangel Michael flashed on a screen in a pulpit preaching, and then I will know for sure that you are the winning Michael. He prayed with me just to humor me, I think. It was February 6, 1 week later, February 13, one day before Valentine's Day, the most amusing story happened to me. I came from work on a Wednesday again, 7 o'clock, and I said, this time, Lord, I've sought your will, I will obey. You will give me the details of this marriage in the days to come, but for now, I just want to go to the gym. Not to a church, Lord, though it's a Wednesday. Just want to go to the gym, and to honor you every Wednesday. On a Wednesday, I will bring with me my Walkman and listen to my future husband's preaching called In His Hands, or His Hands, or Hands, I believe it was. So I said, I'm still, listening to the Word of God, but this time I'm in the gym. So I put on my tracksuit, left my Bible. I knew the Bible verses were in my heart anyway. Put on the Walkman and headed down to the gym. When I went down, I didn't know that the Lord had something in store for me. Took the elevator down to my basement where my car was parked in an underground garage. The door opened and there was a couple there carrying with them a huge lamp. Bigger than this. Thicker, and the lamp was like maybe about 7 times bigger. And I said to the couple, what a beautiful lamp. And then they were starting a small chat, but I didn't want to continue with the small chat, so I just kindly said, thank you. Thank you for telling me the story about where you got the lamp. But as I walked to my car, like a lightning, the word Psalm 119:105 came to my mind. Let's say it together. Thy word, O Lord, is a lamp unto my feet, a guide unto my path. Lamp? Word? I said, I knew the Lord wanted me to go to the church instead of the gym that evening. But I said, Lord, I have your word. Walkman. I'm still going to go to the gym and just enjoy the treadmill while mulling over this wedding that's going to happen. Went to my car. The clock said 7:29. I remember it clearly. Tried to drive down slowly towards the garage door. Go to the gym. That was my will, but His will was different. And the Lord prompted me to look up the rear view mirror. And when I did, I saw the figure this small of a man who was backing out or leaving his car to go to my building. His name was Philip Gell. He was a security officer in the United Nations whom I know. And Philip Gell reminded me of Pastor Philip Kuravida. It was a cue from the Lord to say, Philip,